If you've seen Jim and the Holograms on social media lately, then you've probably seen this clip.
I'd like to dedicate this song to a special friend who really knows what giving means. Lynn, this is for you.
We come from different worlds, different points of view.
It's a jarring transition to the episode's final music video, but if you're coming in without context, it can easily be interpreted as downright racist. So what's the story behind this strange episode of Jem? Is it as racist as it seems? Let's find out on another entry into the 80s most outrageous cartoon, Jem and the Holograms. The clip in question is from Season 1, Episode 10, Adventures in China. The Holograms have been invited to perform a concert at the People's Republic of China, specifically the Great Wall.
You sure were lucky the Chinese government invited you to perform.
This is still an early entry into the series, so Rio is still pretending to care about Jerrica.
I just wish Jerrica were here right now to share the excitement.
The Misfits are also going to China.
Roxy, don't want to see the view?
Who cares about seeing a big wall?
Hey, look, they've even got fans.
We've got fans here too.
Misfits? Oh, great!
I think we all know why Roxy didn't catch that spelling mistake. Jem gets pulled aside at customs after refusing to take off her earrings.
Remove all jewelry.
I'm sorry, I can't take these off.
No exceptions. The earrings, take them off, or you will not get into China.
Officer, let the girls through. You're embarrassing our guests.
The Misfits take note and plot to steal them.
Whatever they are, they're obviously super important to Jim.
Come on, Jem. You're missing one of the true luxuries of China. I had to take off the Gemstar earrings. This mineral water could short out the circuits. You have something that belongs to us. Oh, you mean these?
It doesn't take long before the Holograms are chasing the Misfits all across China. Some of the highlights of this section include the Misfits trying to murder the Holograms by hijacking some cable cars.
Oh no! Watch out! Ah!
They also assault some random guys at a temple. Who knew they could do kung fu? For some unknown reason, this episode cuts to Aja climbing what looks like the Longmen Grotto statues.
Be careful, Aja! Aja! Look out!
They're just destroying historical monuments. It wasn't even the Misfits that time. This never-ending chase ends when Pizzazz just chucks the earrings off a train.
Sure, they're all looks like the Misfits win!
You could have done that earlier. 3 versions of the earrings get tossed. One ends up at a museum, another pair gets mass-produced, and the real pair end up in the possession of a young Jem fan named Lynn.
I love them. Thank you. I'll take very good care of them.
Aja finds an article about a new popular brand of earrings that just so happen to be the Gemstar earrings.
Aja, can you read what's under the picture? It gives a name and address right here in Beijing. Let's go!
Going to the factory ends up being a waste of time.
There must be thousands.
There are millions.
Millions? And they're all fakes. Here goes. Showtime synergy, please. Oh no. All that for nothing. Now what?
Next, Aja wants to check out an exposition on Ming Dynasty jewelry, where they run into the next pair of earrings.
The Gemstar earrings. Let's get them. An alarm! Just our luck. Let's get out of here.
Halt! You are under arrest!
The earrings that were in that case belong to me.
Oh, then you must be a princess of the Ming Dynasty.
Yeah, Jerrica just snatches the earrings. What did you expect, white lady? She's so lucky she's a celebrity because anybody else would have ended up in jail.
These were manufactured in this century. I have never seen them before. They're definitely not from the Ming Dynasty collection.
Synergy, I beg you, create the gem hologram. Oh.
Of course, this pair are fakes too, and the holograms lose all hope. Jerrica and crew head back to the venue where they see Lin getting bullied.
Hey, what's going on over there?
Give them to me! No! I'm gonna stop him.
Good thing every kid in China knows Kung Fu.
My name is Lin. That boy wanted my good luck charms, but he cannot have them. They were a special gift from my father. Are you here for the Gem and the Holograms concert? They are my favorite band.
Well, I'm afraid Gem's had some bad luck, and she's not gonna be able to do the concert tonight.
Lin gives her earrings to Gem for luck, in the hopes that she will perform. Of course, they're the real deal, and we finally get that infamous transition.
She hurt me. The earrings, they're the real pair.
I can't believe it!
We can do the concert after all.
We come from different worlds, different points of view.
So, on a scale of Nja to Disney cats, how racist is it? There are a lot of Chinese characters in this episode. By characters, I mean the writing system. And while most shows would just have squiggles, assuming the kids wouldn't notice or care, Gem actually has legible, sensible writing. More so than you'd see at your local tattoo parlor. The only time I caught the good old-fashioned Chinese squiggles instead of writing were the quick cuts during the scenes at the airport. There's even a picture of a magazine featuring the earrings that is readable in Chinese. It details the Starbright earrings, stating that they were popularized by an American musician, followed by four-character idioms about singing and new talent. Of course, Aja has no problems reading this whatsoever.
Aja, can you read what's under the picture?
It gives a name and address right here in Beijing.
They put quite a lot of work into the accuracy of the writing and locations. I showed the episode to a Chinese friend, and his biggest gripe was specifically this hairstyle, which he said hasn't been in fashion since the 20s and 30s, Qing Dynasty era. The hairstyle is actually one that was used in a lot of anti-Chinese propaganda and comic strips. So the scene where they have a temple full of acolytes practicing kung fu is probably the least accurate shot in the entire episode. The accuracy of the writing is presumably because the episodes were animated by Toei Animation in Japan, but I can't find a viable source besides word of mouth online. If the animation and signage was done in Japan, then that might explain the proper use of characters. The Japanese use an adapted version of the Chinese writing system called kanji, and while mostly the same, the characters in kanji are not always a one-to-one translation, especially with turns of phrase. So while some of the signs have popular Chinese pharmacies, others just sort of appear to be random. These are usually cut off or incomplete. Apparently Toei originally presented a more Japanese visual style with bigger eyes and less realistic models, which can be spotted in some of the promotional materials for Gem. Sunbow and Hasbro switched it to a more realistic G.I. Joe aesthetic. This realistic aesthetic carries over into the environments for the episode, most of which feature an extremely rural China, even though the girls are in Beijing, which was a city even in the 1980s. This notably features a shot of Jen at Tiananmen Square before the 1989 incidents. Coincidence or conspiracy? It's actually the location of the National Museum of China, so it makes sense that they'd be seeing a Ming Dynasty exhibition there. Overall, the extremely offensive Gem episode turns out to be not that offensive. It's no Hong Kong Phooey, but at the same time, it still indulges the idea of exotic Orientalism. The Shangri-La episode would also dip its toe into this controversy pool.
There are two very sick girls, and we were told
our music could cure them. It has been known to happen.
And it's probably arguably worse. I feel like the least researched part of this were Gem's outfits. Besides those gripes, it's honestly impressively detailed, from the implementation of the writing system to the use of real-life locations. I hope this information helps you come to your own conclusion about the episode and provide a more nuanced impression of the show in contrast to the 30-second clips you'd catch on TikTok. You can also just go watch the whole episode on Hasbro's site. They're not trying to hide it or anything. What did you think about Adventures in China? And are there any other controversial episodes you'd like to see me cover? I'd like to thank my patrons like Blake Partridge and CinemaZen. A big shout out to the great Moa Chicken for his art. I know he loves Jim just as much as I do. I hope you enjoyed this outrageous retrospective, and I'll see you in the next video.
We've got fans here too.
Misfats!